Have you ever wondered how living alone could impact your health and happiness as you get older? Many people overlook the subtle risks of aging in isolation, but what if I told you that small changes in how you approach living independently could dramatically improve your quality of life? From ensuring your safety at home to maintaining emotional connections, this video will guide you through the essential steps to thrive in your golden years. Stay with me until the end because we'll cover everything from preventing isolation, keeping your health in check, creating a safe and comfortable living environment, managing your finances, and ensuring that you feel fulfilled emotionally. If you want to protect your independence, avoid common pitfalls, and make the most of this stage in life, these tips will transform the way you live. Whether you're already living on your own or planning for the future, you don't want to miss the valuable insights that could change everything. So, if you're ready to live your best, most vibrant life, healthier, safer, and more connected, let's dive right in. Make sure to watch all the way through, as I'll share the best strategies to not just survive but truly thrive while living alone. If you are not subscribed, I recommend subscribing and activating the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. 1. Don't take safety for granted. Living alone as we age brings both a sense of independence and, sometimes, a false sense of security. You may feel confident, thinking, "I've handled my own life for years. I know what I'm doing." But let me be clear, as we grow older, safety isn't just something to consider casually. It's a priority, a non-negotiable commitment to yourself. Don't let familiarity breed carelessness. Even a small, unguarded moment can alter the course of your life in ways you never anticipated. Taking action now to secure your well-being could mean the difference between a mere mishap and a life-altering incident. One story that truly highlights this reality is of an elderly woman who had been managing just fine on her own until one ordinary day turned everything upside down. She had osteoporosis, and one morning, as she sat down in the bathroom, her brittle bones gave way, and she fractured a hip. Imagine the anguish. There she was, trapped on the cold bathroom floor, alone, in excruciating pain, and unable to call for help immediately. Hours passed, each one filled with a deepening fear and a feeling of helpless isolation. When she was finally rescued, she made a vow to herself never to let her safety be compromised again. She installed non-slip grips around her toilet, invested in an emergency alert system, and took additional steps to fortify her home against the hazards of aging. Can you imagine the renewed sense of peace she must have felt? The relief in knowing that if another accident occurred, she wouldn't be at the mercy of chance but would have control, with help just a button away? Small preparations, investing in safety features and making thoughtful adjustments in your environment aren't just practical. They are acts of self-love. These actions say, "I care enough about myself to prevent unnecessary risks." So, how can you safeguard your well-being and maintain your independence? Start with the simple but powerful basics. Lighting, for instance, is one of the most overlooked aspects of home safety. Ensure your hallways, staircases, and other frequently used spaces are brightly illuminated, particularly at night. It might sound trivial, but one misstep in a dim hallway could lead to a serious fall. Installing extra lights or motion sensors in crucial spots can be an easy way to prevent that dreaded moment of disorientation or imbalance in the dark. Then, think about high-risk areas like doorways and bathrooms. These are often places where minor slips can result in major injuries. A few minor adjustments, a non-slip mat in the shower, and grab bars by the toilet, can provide that extra bit of stability when you need it most. It's these small but thoughtful touches that prevent accidents and keep your day-to-day life running smoothly without interruptions or hospital trips. And let's not forget about home security, which is about so much more than guarding against external threats. It's about cultivating peace within your sanctuary. While you might feel that security cameras or routine check-ins from a friend are excessive, imagine the reassurance of knowing you're protected, that someone cares enough to check on you, and that you've taken every measure to keep yourself safe. This isn't about being fearful or paranoid. It's a smart, proactive approach that lets you focus on living your life without constant worry about what could go wrong. Creating a safe, secure environment isn't just about risk prevention. It's about nurturing a sense of serenity in your home. The peace of mind that comes from knowing you've done everything in your power to protect yourself is priceless. Safety is a gift you can give to yourself, a quiet, constant presence that allows you to live freely, securely, and with the dignity that only true self-care can bring. 2. Avoid falling into complete isolation. As we grow older, living alone can bring peace, but it also holds a subtle danger: the creeping risk of isolation. Often, this separation from others doesn't happen all at once. Instead, it builds slowly, layer by layer, until one day the silence settles like a heavy weight. What once felt like a cherished solitude can become an oppressive loneliness, one that sinks deeply into your spirit, making each day feel a little colder, a little more disconnected from the warmth of the world. In time, even the thought of reaching out can feel daunting, especially if your circle of friends, family, or loved ones has quietly faded. This emotional isolation can erode your sense of purpose and joy, leaving an emptiness that's hard to fill. But there is hope and a way to resist this quiet descent. Staying connected is essential, not just for companionship but for mental and emotional health. Combating isolation takes courage and intention, but even the smallest gestures can revive your spirit and enrich your life. Joining a social group, even one online, or participating in local activities can foster an unexpected sense of belonging. You don't have to dive into complex commitments. A few consistent, meaningful interactions can bring powerful, lasting change. Imagine the comfort of a weekly phone call with a loved one, a small anchor that keeps you grounded, or the warmth of familiar faces at a neighborhood gathering, each smile a reminder that you're not alone. I recall hearing about a woman who, after years of solitude, gathered the courage to volunteer once a week at a local shelter. At first, she was filled with self-doubt and hesitation. But as time went on, the shelter became a sanctuary, a space filled with laughter, shared stories, and friendships that blossomed into something profound. Each new connection rekindled a sense of purpose, filling her heart with a warmth she'd thought lost. What began as a reluctant act transformed her life, surrounding her with people who valued her presence and celebrated her kindness. Her world, once silent and solitary, became a tapestry of relationships, woven with joy and purpose she hadn't felt in years. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment one below to let me know that you are still here with me. Don't let loneliness slowly build walls around you, leaving you feeling trapped in a life that feels too quiet, too empty. Reach out, even if it feels like a small step. Every connection, no matter how simple, enriches life, pulling you closer to the heartbeat of the world. With each genuine smile and each shared moment, you'll rediscover life's vibrancy and savor the beauty of human connection once more. The bonds you create, the laughter you share, and the kindness you both give and receive will fill your days with warmth and meaning. Embrace these small but mighty moments. They'll bring a renewed sense of joy and ensure you're never truly alone. 3. Avoid neglecting your health. Living alone can make it all too easy to let your health slip into the background, convincing yourself that you're fine and there's no need to worry. But without someone to gently remind you to look after yourself, to notice when you're slipping, or to encourage you to take care of your body, it's frighteningly easy to let essential health habits fade into the shadows. Especially as we grow older, the routines that once felt like second nature can gradually slip from our grasp, and vital aspects of self-care, medications, doctor's visits, or simply going outside for a refreshing walk become tomorrow's problem. Yet every little delay accumulates, and suddenly, without realizing it, you've neglected your health. I'm reminded of an elderly gentleman who shared his story with me, a story that serves as a powerful reminder to take action now, while we can. Living alone, he told himself he'd get around to his health appointments next week. But one week drifted into the next, and what began as minor concerns quietly grew into serious health issues. By the time he sought help, it was too late to turn back the clock, and he deeply regretted his neglect. His heartfelt advice struck me profoundly. Don't wait. Set those reminders, mark your calendar, and take charge of your well-being with the urgency it deserves. Building these habits doesn't have to be overwhelming. It can begin with the smallest of steps, each one bringing strength and resilience to both your body and mind. Perhaps it's a daily walk that lets you feel the sun warming your face, breathing in the crisp air that fills your lungs with renewed vitality, or a gentle stretching routine that eases tension and keeps your muscles agile. These may seem like simple gestures, but they serve as building blocks for a future grounded in strength, peace, and well-being. And as you care for your physical health, don't overlook your mind. Living alone can bring feelings of loneliness, anxiety, and even sadness that are easy to ignore in silence. Instead, honor these emotions by acknowledging them. Reach out to a trusted friend, a family member, or a therapist who can help you process your feelings, lifting the weight from your heart and restoring your emotional balance. Remember, mental health is every bit as essential as physical health. It's not just a part of you but the core of your resilience and joy. Tending to your mental well-being is not simply another task on your to-do list. It's an act of self-love, a gift you give yourself every day, an investment in the years yet to come. Love and cherish your body and mind. Nurture them with the care and compassion they deserve. In doing so, you're not just preserving your health. You're honoring the life you have, filling it with the richness, comfort, and peace that come from taking care of the one person who will always be with you, yourself. 4. Avoid developing unhealthy habits. Living alone offers a powerful sense of freedom, a space to grow and rediscover yourself. But that freedom can also become a subtle trap, allowing unhealthy habits to slip in quietly and unnoticed. Without someone there to remind you to prioritize your health or gently hold you accountable, small, seemingly harmless habits can slowly weave their way into your daily life, becoming harder and harder to break. It might start innocently, skipping a meal here and there, mindlessly munching on snacks in front of the TV, or letting yourself sink into the couch instead of heading outside for the walk you had promised yourself. These small choices, these subtle shifts, can, over time, shape a lifestyle that quietly drains your energy, leaving you feeling disconnected from the vibrant life you deserve. One story that profoundly moved me was about a woman who lost her husband. In the quiet aftermath of his passing, she found herself snacking constantly while watching television each night. A simple way to fill the emptiness, to hold on to something familiar amidst her loneliness. At first, she didn't give it much thought. It was just a small comfort in her day, something to numb the ache of solitude. But as time went on, she started feeling not only emotionally drained but physically exhausted, losing that inner spark that once defined her. It was a gradual descent that she barely noticed until, one day, she realized her habits were harming her both inside and out. In that moment of clarity, she saw the power of those small choices and knew she had to act, because if she didn't, her sense of vitality, her connection to herself, might be lost forever. Reflecting on her journey, I realized how easy it is for any of us to slide into these patterns when we're alone. With no one there to see the choices we make, and no watchful eyes to encourage us or remind us of our goals, even the smallest indulgences or neglected routines can become a heavyweight. But this woman's story didn't end there. She decided to change. She began by making small but impactful shifts, preparing simple, nutritious meals, planning her diet with intention, and adding gentle structure to her days. She didn't overhaul her life overnight. Her changes were gradual, small steps toward self-care. She set realistic goals, like cooking healthy meals a few times a week or taking a short walk each day. Slowly, her energy returned, and with each positive step, she reconnected with her strength and resilience. It's these small, sustainable actions that build up and slowly transform our lives in meaningful ways. You could start with something as simple as finding a new hobby that keeps your body moving, an activity that brings you joy and restores your spirit, whether it's dancing in your living room or practicing yoga in the morning light. Remember, the goal isn't about achieving perfection but creating a balanced, fulfilling life. Your health is invaluable, and you deserve to treat yourself with the same care and compassion you would show a loved one. Nourishing yourself isn't about restriction. It's a powerful act of self-love, a commitment to living a life that's healthy, happy, and vibrant. So, ask yourself, are the choices you're making today the ones that will build a healthier, happier you tomorrow? If not, know that today is the perfect day to start making those small, meaningful changes. Each effort, each decision to care for yourself, is a step toward a future filled with strength and joy. You're worth every single one of those steps. 5. Avoid letting your home become a burden. There's a unique warmth in a home where memories live in every corner. A large, cherished house where walls hold the echoes of laughter, where the rooms once brimmed with the presence of loved ones, and where life's countless moments unfolded. The spaces where your children took their first steps, where family gatherings brought joy, and where the walls seem to breathe love can feel like a piece of your heart. But as life changes, particularly when one finds themselves living alone, the spacious, memory-filled home that once felt like a sanctuary can gradually transform into a weight, a demanding burden. The upkeep, cleaning every room, fixing each squeaky hinge, tending to an overgrown garden, can shift from a labor of love to an unyielding chore that drains both your energy and your spirit. I recall a story shared by a woman on an online forum, who, after her children had grown and moved on, was left with an enormous house to care for by herself. For years, she threw herself into maintaining it, dusting every room, fixing anything that broke, and caring for her garden, as though the work would somehow preserve the memories within those walls. Every task she performed felt like a tribute to her family's legacy, and even the mere thought of downsizing filled her with guilt, as though moving would be a betrayal of the life she'd lived there. The memories, so tightly interwoven with that physical space, held her captive. But slowly, the physical and emotional toll began to weigh on her, and the exhaustion crept in, becoming more relentless than the endless list of chores. Eventually, after much soul-searching, she found the courage to let go and moved into a smaller, more manageable home. It wasn't an easy choice, but what she discovered upon making it was unexpected and beautiful, a newfound freedom. She stepped into a life with less burden, a place where she could finally exhale, live more lightly, and focus on what truly mattered. Without the endless cycle of maintenance, she could reclaim her days, her energy, and her peace of mind. Her story deeply resonated with me, touching on the unspoken struggle many face when holding onto homes for the weight of their memories, unaware that the home has become a vessel that consumes their strength and vitality. It's a profound question to ask oneself. Does your home serve you, or have you become a servant to your home? Perhaps that familiar space still brings you joy and a sense of comfort, in which case it may be exactly where you belong. But if there's a sense of weariness, an overwhelming feeling that the size or upkeep of your home is becoming too much, it's worth considering the possibility of change. There is no shame in seeking support. Whether it's by hiring someone to tend to the garden, assist with cleaning, or manage repairs, there's strength in knowing that your well-being matters more than preserving an ideal of self-sufficiency. Your home should be a refuge, a sanctuary where you can relax, rejuvenate, and find peace, not a constant source of stress and exhaustion. Life deserves to be light, joyful, and focused on experiences that nurture the soul, not bogged down by endless chores or responsibilities. If downsizing or getting help can bring you that sense of calm, don't hesitate to take that step. Release the burdens that weigh you down and embrace the tranquility that comes with living in a space that truly serves you. You deserve a home that feels like a haven, a place that nourishes your spirit, free from the relentless demands that can come with a larger space. 6. Avoid losing a sense of purpose. Living alone, especially in the wake of retirement or the profound loss of a spouse, can usher in a quiet, lingering sense of emptiness, a feeling that your days lack direction, that they are mere placeholders in time. It's a struggle that, for many, seeps in gradually, dulling the spark that once brought meaning to each morning. I've encountered countless stories on forums where people share these raw emotions, describing the ache of feeling invisible, as though life is simply happening around them. For some, it feels like they're waiting on the sidelines, yearning for something meaningful to grasp onto, to fill the long hours. But let me remind you, your life is brimming with untapped value. No matter your age or the trials you've endured, there remains a boundless reservoir of potential, just waiting to be explored. This season of solitude is not a conclusion. It's an invitation. It's an opportunity to unearth aspects of yourself that perhaps you've longed to explore but could never find the time for before. Now is the perfect moment to reconnect with old dreams, dive into new pursuits, and weave purpose back into the fabric of your life. Consider the passions or interests that once whispered to you, the hobbies that always lingered on the fringes of your busy days. Perhaps you've always wanted to learn a language, immersing yourself in the rhythm of foreign words. Or maybe you felt a pull to paint, to create, or to dive into literature and stories that resonate with the deepest parts of your soul. These aren't just activities. They are doorways to rediscovering the vibrant curiosity that still pulses within you. And this pursuit of learning and creating isn't merely about filling the hours. It's about rekindling a fire, a reminder that there is still so much of you left to unfold. Another avenue lies in the profound impact of giving, of channeling your life's wisdom and experiences into others. Volunteering has a magical way of healing us, of restoring a sense of purpose that we may have thought lost. I remember the story of an elderly gentleman who found his calling as a mentor to the youth in his community. Through guiding, listening, and offering hard-earned wisdom, he found a deep, lasting sense of fulfillment that breathed new life into his days. He wasn't just teaching them life skills. He was instilling in them values, and sharing his journey, and in return, he felt the unwavering comfort of connection and purpose. This wasn't a fleeting joy. It was a transformation, a steady rhythm of meaning that infused his life with a richness he hadn't anticipated. Living alone doesn't mean your journey has ended or that joy and fulfillment are beyond your reach. On the contrary, this time can be a fertile ground for exploration, a chance to seek out small, daily wonders, immerse yourself in activities that bring you true happiness, and find connection in ways that nourish your soul. Every dawn offers a fresh canvas, a chance to breathe life into something meaningful, even if it's something as simple as tending to a garden, writing a letter, or engaging with others who may also be searching for connection. Your life, with its wealth of experiences and insights, is a gift, a legacy of resilience and wisdom that you carry. This chapter may look different, but it is no less significant. Embrace it as an opportunity to design your days around what brings you joy, fulfillment, and purpose. Let each day be a new page, filled with the endless possibilities that lie within you, waiting to be explored. 7. Avoid feeling like you have to do everything alone. In the quiet moments of solitude, living alone can bring a sense of peace and freedom. Yet, as time goes on, many older adults find themselves burdened by a deeply ingrained belief that they must carry the weight of every responsibility, every task, every challenge entirely on their own. It's a notion fed by years of conditioning, by a lifetime of believing that strength means self-sufficiency and that independence is the ultimate marker of success. Society often places this silent expectation on us, whispering that to ask for help is to admit weakness, to show vulnerability, and perhaps even to betray our independence. But this belief can be a heavy, isolating load to carry, casting a shadow over the brighter parts of life. The truth is, you don't have to do everything alone. Letting others into your life is one of the strongest, bravest, and wisest choices you can make. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment below to let me know that you are still here with me. So many people, just like you, wrestle with this silent struggle. I remember hearing the story of a woman named Margaret, who shared her journey from prideful independence to open-hearted connection. For years, Margaret felt a tremendous sense of pressure to prove herself, to show her children, her neighbors, and even herself that she could handle everything, even as the years added new challenges to her life. She took care of her home, ran her errands, and managed all the small but relentless tasks of daily life with a determination that was both admirable and exhausting. The thought of reaching out for support filled her with fear. Would her children see her differently? Would they start to worry, thinking she was no longer capable? Would they see her as a burden? But after a particularly trying winter, when the snow piled high and the loneliness grew deeper, Margaret reached a breaking point. On a chilly February morning, she picked up the phone and asked her daughter to visit and lend a hand with a few small tasks. To her surprise, her daughter responded not with worry or judgment, but with open arms and a heart full of love. In the weeks that followed, her family rallied around her, not out of pity, but out of joy and gratitude for the chance to spend time with her, to be a part of her life. Margaret discovered that allowing herself to ask for help didn't diminish her independence. It brought a new sense of connection, a lightness to her days, and a warmth to her heart that she hadn't felt in years. She realized that her children and her family were eager to help because they loved her and cherished every opportunity to support her. Imagine how different life could feel if you allowed yourself the freedom to lean on others. Life's challenges would feel lighter, and your days could be filled with moments of joy and connection rather than stress and isolation. Just think about the simple moments: a neighbor offering to pick up a few groceries for you, a friend inviting you to dinner, a family member helping with a stubborn household chore. These small acts of kindness are not signs of your weakness. They are gifts of connection, reminders that you are surrounded by people who care and who want to share in the rhythm of your life. Allowing others to step in and support you doesn't make you less independent. It gives you the strength to focus on what truly matters. It frees up time and energy, allowing you to prioritize your health, your passions, and the relationships that bring you happiness. When we embrace this idea, we tap into something deeply human and profoundly beautiful: the power of community. True strength isn't about shouldering every burden alone. It's about understanding that we are all stronger together. It's about recognizing that we each have our own unique needs and that reaching out for support is a wise and courageous act. Sometimes, all it takes is a small step, a gentle word, a quiet request, to build a bridge of trust and understanding with those around us. Our friends, family, and neighbors are there to help, not out of obligation, but out of love and the shared understanding that life is best lived in connection with others. Living independently doesn't mean living without support. It means knowing that help can come in many forms and that it's perfectly okay to let it in. There is grace in being able to say, "I could use a hand." There is wisdom in allowing others to share in our joys and our challenges. And most importantly, there is joy in realizing that, even in moments of solitude, we are never truly alone. Each time you reach out, each time you let someone in, you are reinforcing a powerful truth. That connection is one of life's greatest gifts, a source of resilience, and a path to a more fulfilling and joyful life. So, take a moment to recognize the helping hands around you. Whether they belong to family, friends, neighbors, or even caring professionals, these hands are extended out of love, respect, and a desire to make your life a little easier. Don't let pride or fear keep you from accepting this support. It's a choice that can lighten your heart, ease your mind, and fill your days with a renewed sense of purpose and happiness. The simple act of asking for help is, in itself, a gift to yourself and to those who love you. It's a powerful reminder that strength is not in isolation, but in connection. Embrace this strength, and watch as your life grows richer, more joyful, and more deeply connected to those who cherish you. 8. Avoid neglecting your living environment. When you live alone, you're granted the beautiful freedom to shape your surroundings as an intimate expression of who you are. Every choice, every color, every texture, every arrangement is an opportunity to create a space that feels like a true extension of your spirit. But with this freedom comes an equally profound responsibility: to cultivate a home that nourishes not only your physical needs but also the subtle, delicate needs of your soul. Neglecting your living environment can have a silent but powerful effect, eroding your sense of peace, chipping away at your motivation, and leaving a residue of stress that lingers even after you've left the house. It's easy to underestimate the profound impact your surroundings have on your mental and emotional well-being. But this truth is never more significant than when you live alone. When clutter piles up, or your space becomes stale and stagnant, it doesn't just weigh down your home, it also weighs on your heart, making you feel stuck and emotionally burdened. It's not just physical disarray. It's a type of emotional noise that fills up your mental space, making it harder to find clarity or feel at ease. This is why caring for your home is not just about cleaning or organizing. It's about creating an atmosphere of warmth, peace, and inspiration that nurtures your sense of self. Imagine coming home after a long day to a space that feels like an embrace, where each carefully chosen object, Each thoughtfully placed item adds to a feeling of welcome. Every part of your home can become a small reminder that you're safe, valued, and deserving of comfort. To transform your home into a true sanctuary doesn't require monumental changes. Begin with small, mindful steps, focusing on what speaks to your soul. Perhaps start by clearing surfaces of unnecessary clutter, allowing each room to breathe and invite fresh energy. A clean, open space fosters a lightness that can lift your mood and renew your sense of purpose. Then, consider adding touches of green, houseplants or flowers that bring the beauty and calm of nature indoors. There's something quietly magical about watching a plant grow and thrive in your care, a reminder of life's gentle rhythms and the peace that can come from even the simplest acts of nurture. You might also create a cozy nook for relaxation, filled with soft blankets, warm lighting, and perhaps a few items that hold personal meaning, like a favorite book or a cherished photograph. This can become your retreat, a spot to unwind and reflect, where you can take refuge when life feels overwhelming. Such a space doesn't just look inviting. It feels like a place where your spirit can truly rest, where the busyness of the world fades, and you're free to simply be. This cozy corner can become a place where you reconnect with your thoughts, explore your dreams, and allow yourself to relax deeply, without the distractions or demands of the outside world. Another small but transformative step is to infuse your home with scent. A soft candle, a few drops of essential oil, or the natural fragrance of fresh flowers. Scent has an incredible ability to alter our moods and bring a sense of peace, and it can turn even an ordinary moment into something special. Every time you light a candle or let the aroma of lavender fill the room, you're creating a ritual of calm, reminding yourself that your well-being matters, and that you deserve to dwell in beauty. Maintaining your home in this way isn't just about appearances. It's an act of self-care and self-respect, a gentle declaration that you're worthy of comfort and peace. Your home can be your refuge, a sanctuary that restores and rejuvenates you, allowing you to face each day with renewed energy. In a world that is often chaotic, a well-cared-for space offers a quiet steadiness, a grounding presence that reminds you of the things that matter most. Taking time to arrange, clean, and care for your living environment is also a powerful form of mindfulness. Each action, each small improvement, is a way of centering yourself, finding joy in the details, and taking pride in creating a home that feels uniquely yours. Your home is where you nurture not only your body but also your spirit. It's a place to dream, to heal, and to grow. It's where you celebrate life's small victories and find comfort on difficult days. A well-tended home can be a source of strength, a reminder of resilience, and a constant anchor in your life. Even as you find peace in caring for your home, in turn, cares for you. Cradling you in its warmth, offering comfort when you need it most, and surrounding you with a sense of quiet belonging. And so, let your living environment be a reflection of the best of who you are, a place where you feel safe, cherished, and at ease. Taking the time to make these small but powerful improvements isn't a chore but a gift to yourself. It's a way of saying, I am worthy of beauty, peace, and joy. In each small act of cleaning, organizing, or decorating, you're choosing to create a life of purpose and meaning. A life where you can feel at home, not just in your surroundings, but in your heart. Let your living space be more than just walls and furniture. Let it be a canvas for your dreams, a cradle for your peace, and a haven that brings you back to yourself each day. Your home is where you can nurture your spirit, and in return, it will nourish you, inspire you, and remind you that you are never truly alone. 9. Avoid letting time pass without purpose. As the demands of a busy life fall away, many people find themselves stepping into a kind of stillness that can feel unfamiliar, even unsettling. Days once filled with work, obligations, and routine now stretch before you, open and unstructured. Without the familiar anchor of responsibilities, you might notice a slow blurring of time. You wake up, sip your coffee, and realize that you're not entirely sure if it's Monday or Thursday. The question seems small, but it hints at a deeper experience, a loss of purpose, a slipping away of the days, one into the next. Without something to hold on to, time can feel like an endless, featureless ocean. This is a common challenge for those who find themselves living alone, perhaps after retirement or a significant life change. Many have walked this path, and some have found themselves feeling as if they're floating through life without direction, each day beginning to feel strangely empty. One story comes to mind, of a man who retired after a lifetime of structured, purposeful work. In the first months, he delighted in his newfound freedom, sleeping in, taking spontaneous trips to the park, and enjoying the absence of a clock dictating his day. But as the weeks turned into months, he felt something shifting. His days, once so full of meaning, began to feel hollow. He woke up with nothing particular to do, no one depending on him, and a strange sense of weightlessness crept into his life. He found himself losing track of time, of purpose, of himself. It was as though the framework of his life had dissolved, leaving him feeling adrift and uncertain. He realized that this drifting feeling wasn't just a passing phase but a symptom of a deeper need, a need for purpose, connection, and structure. Rather than surrender to this feeling, he chose to take back control, to build a life of intention and purpose even without the constraints of a working schedule. He began crafting a new kind of structure, a gentle rhythm that gave his days meaning and the intention of his actions. He dedicated Mondays to grocery shopping, making the simple errand a meaningful task he could look forward to each week. Every morning, he went for a walk at the same time, relishing the fresh air, the rhythm of his steps, and the way the world seemed to come alive with the sunrise. He even found that by dedicating certain days to specific activities, like a library visit on Wednesdays or a coffee shop break on Fridays, he was able to transform his days from long stretches of unmarked hours into meaningful moments that gave him something to look forward to, something to hold on to. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. These small routines, humble as they may seem, became a powerful source of grounding for him. Through these acts, he found himself regaining control over his life, reclaiming a sense of purpose that he had feared was slipping away. He discovered that it wasn't about filling every moment with activity, but about choosing actions that connected him to himself, to his surroundings, and others. Each routine became a small affirmation of his value, a way of saying, "I matter, my days matter, my life has a purpose." Creating a routine can be a powerful tool for anchoring yourself in the present, for building a life that feels fulfilling and vibrant even in solitude. It's not about rigid schedules or binding every minute to an obligation. It's about building a rhythm that supports you. Setting a regular wake-up time, preparing meals with intention, and carving out time for hobbies. These small acts of care can transform the way you experience time. With a plan, you may find yourself feeling more alive, more connected, and more confident each day. It's surprising, even liberating, to realize that you have the power to shape your time, that with just a little bit of structure, you can find meaning even in the simplest routines. Consider keeping a calendar or a notebook to jot down small plans, milestones, or moments you'd like to remember. Each item on that list can become a beacon in your day, a reason to move forward with joy and anticipation. A phone call with a friend, a visit to a local park, or even something as simple as watering the plants at a certain time each morning. These actions give shape to your time, transforming it from a sea of aimlessness into something precious and significant. You'll find that as you build these routines, your days begin to take on color and texture. Even the smallest moments feel like something to look forward to, like something to savor. The truth is that time is a gift, but it's up to each of us to make it a gift worth cherishing. Losing control of time, letting it drift without purpose, is not inevitable. It is possible to reclaim your days, to shape your life with intention and care, making each moment one that holds meaning. By planning your time, even in simple, modest ways, you create a life that feels valuable, a life in which every day has a reason to wake up, a purpose to pursue. With this mindset, time becomes a friend, a companion on this journey, helping you navigate through each day with intention, joy, and a deep sense of belonging. With just a little bit of planning, you have the power to make time work for you, to create a life that feels full, rich, and connected. Embrace your routines as acts of love toward yourself, reminders that every moment matters and that your time is yours to shape. In doing so, you'll discover a renewed sense of purpose, a grounding that will carry you through each day with strength, dignity, and a profound appreciation for the gift of time itself. 10. Avoid holding on to things just for sentimental reasons. Objects tied to our memories often hold a profound sentimental value, and we may instinctively cling to them as if they're extensions of the people and moments we cherish. These keepsakes, whether they're faded photographs, worn-out clothing, or handwritten letters, can carry us back to times filled with laughter, love, and joy. They remind us of people we've lost and places we've left behind, creating a comforting bridge to the past. And yet, there's a fine line between honoring the memories these items represent and letting them clutter not only our homes but also our hearts. When we hold on to too many things simply because they remind us of a loved one or a past chapter of our lives, we may find ourselves weighed down, unable to embrace the present fully. I recall a deeply moving story I once heard, shared by an elderly woman who found herself facing this very dilemma. After her beloved husband passed away, she was left not only with a grieving heart but also with a home filled with his belongings, each one laden with memories. Every item, from his well-worn sweaters to his favorite gardening tools, seemed to possess a fragment of his spirit. She couldn't bear the thought of parting with any of them, fearing that doing so would mean letting go of him, too. To her, these objects felt sacred, like the last tangible links to a man who had filled her life with warmth and love. As she went through his things, she felt the weight of each item, the memories they held, the moments they preserved. It felt like losing him all over again. 4 months, she lived surrounded by these reminders. Though she loved them, she also started to notice a sense of heaviness settling over her, almost as if these belongings were anchoring her to a past she could never change or relive. The act of keeping everything became an emotional prison, trapping her within memories that couldn't evolve or bring her peace. She found herself yearning for healing but felt paralyzed, unable to take even the smallest step forward. Eventually, her children noticed her struggle and offered to help her sort through her husband's belongings. This was no small task. It meant facing her memories, her pain, and the truth of moving forward. One afternoon, surrounded by her children, she began the arduous process of deciding which items she truly wanted to keep. It was painful, like peeling away layers of her own heart. Each choice required her to let go, not of her love for him, but of the physical tokens that had once filled their shared life. Slowly, she started setting aside things that no longer served her peace, choosing instead to keep a few deeply meaningful items: his wedding band, a cherished photograph, the watch he wore every day. These were things that, to her, encapsulated his essence and her love for him, things that could continue to bring comfort without overwhelming her. And then something miraculous happened. As she cleared out her home, releasing items one by one, a weight lifted. Her house felt lighter, almost as if it could breathe again, and she noticed a softening in her heart, a newfound peace that hadn't been there before. She realized that by letting go of the excess, she was not letting go of him. Rather, she was freeing herself from the past to honor him more fully in the present. With each item she released, she felt a renewed ability to embrace her life as it was now, with all its potential for new memories, connections, and even joy. Her journey is a powerful reminder of the freedom and clarity that can come from releasing objects that no longer serve us, even those we hold dear for sentimental reasons. Sometimes we may feel that discarding these items is an act of betrayal, a way of forgetting the people and experiences that have shaped us. But the truth is, letting go doesn't diminish the love we have for them. It creates room for that love to be felt without the burden of holding on to every physical reminder. Instead of clinging to each item, we can choose a few things that truly resonate, things that will always carry our cherished memories, without crowding our space or stalling our journey. If the idea of letting go feels overwhelming, consider alternatives. Take photographs of the items you can't part with, preserving the memory in a way that doesn't add to physical clutter. This can be especially helpful for items that remind you of loved ones or special times but don't need to be kept to feel their significance. By preserving the memory without the object, we create both physical and emotional space for fresh experiences, new connections, and a sense of lightness that's truly liberating. This process of releasing sentimental items isn't just about decluttering our physical surroundings. It's an act of self-care, a way of honoring our emotional needs and prioritizing our peace. The open spaces left behind can be a sanctuary, a place where new memories can blossom without the shadow of the past. In clearing out these things, we're not saying goodbye to our loved ones or the memories we shared. Instead, we're choosing to carry forward only what truly matters, allowing their presence to live within us rather than in the objects around us. As you embark on this journey, remember that you are not alone in feeling attached to the things that carry your memories. Letting go is a gradual process, one that requires tenderness, patience, and, most of all, compassion for yourself. Each item you choose to release is an act of courage and love, a way of making room for new beginnings, lighter moments, and a home that feels open, peaceful, and full of potential. It's a gift to yourself, a way of embracing the future without forgetting the past, and a beautiful step toward a life that feels brighter, clearer, and genuinely free. 11. Avoid overlooking emergency preparedness. In a world filled with unpredictability, preparing for emergencies isn't just about safeguarding your physical well-being. It's an expression of self-respect, self-compassion, and the deep understanding that your safety matters. Embracing emergency preparedness is a way of saying to yourself, I am worth the effort and the protection. It's a powerful act of self-care that allows you to face life's unexpected challenges, from natural disasters to health crises, not with fear, but with a sense of calm readiness and inner strength. Rather than a source of anxiety, preparation becomes a source of comfort, a reassurance that you are equipped to handle whatever life may throw your way. Begin by assembling a comprehensive list of emergency contacts, those lifelines who can offer you assistance and comfort when you need it most. Think of close family members, trusted neighbors who can check in on you, and medical professionals who are prepared to guide you through a crisis. Place this list where it's always in sight, such as by your phone or on the refrigerator, so in a moment of urgency, you can effortlessly connect with the support network you've thoughtfully established. This small act alone can bring a tremendous sense of security, knowing that help is just a phone call away. Next, pour intention into creating a well-stocked emergency kit, one that's not just filled with supplies but with a promise to yourself that you're ready for the unforeseen. Equip your kit with life-sustaining essentials, non-perishable foods that can fuel you, bottled water for hydration, crucial medications, and a flashlight to brighten even the darkest moments. Include a first aid kit to tend to any unexpected injuries and extra batteries to ensure that you're never left powerless. Add a backup phone charger. This small, often overlooked item could become your lifeline, keeping you connected and able to call for help if needed. Make it a habit to keep your phone fully charged, giving yourself one less thing to worry about when the lights go out or the world outside seems uncertain. For those who live in areas vulnerable to natural disasters, like hurricanes, floods, or wildfires, take extra precautions. Familiarize yourself with evacuation routes and local shelter locations, creating a mental map of safe havens that bring reassurance in times of crisis. Learn about local resources and emergency response plans so that when a storm looms or waters rise, you know exactly where to turn. Preparation is a powerful gift to yourself, one that affirms your resilience and ability to handle whatever may come. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment below to let me know that you are still here with me. Remember, when you prepare for emergencies, you're not just checking off a list. You're embracing a proactive mindset that prioritizes your peace of mind and reinforces your self-worth. When the unexpected arrives, as it inevitably does, you'll find yourself standing tall, calm, and capable, knowing that you have done everything possible to protect yourself. Emergency preparedness becomes more than a plan. It becomes an empowering commitment to face life's unknowns with unwavering confidence. 12. Avoid neglecting home safety improvements. When you live alone, safeguarding your environment with thoughtful, practical enhancements becomes one of the most vital steps you can take to ensure your well-being. It's easy to overlook the importance of home safety modifications, but even minor changes can offer powerful protection, bringing peace of mind and enhancing your sense of security at home. Imagine the comfort of a handrail, strategically placed near stairs or in a bathroom, becoming an essential support as you navigate potentially hazardous areas. Installing these simple additions in high-risk locations like doorways, bathrooms, and hallways can provide you with the extra stability needed to maintain balance, especially if you experience moments of dizziness, reduced flexibility, or decreased strength over time. For older adults, a slip in the bathroom or an unexpected trip on a loose floorboard can lead to serious, life-changing injuries. By proactively installing handrails, support bars, and non-slip mats in key areas, you reduce your chances of falls and foster a safer, more accessible environment. Imagine a bathroom with a well-placed support bar that you can grip onto as you stand, making daily activities easier and safer. Similarly, placing non-slip mats in high-traffic areas or hallways can be a significant deterrent against potential falls, transforming what could be a hazardous spot into a secure one. Beyond handrails and mats, think about the impact of addressing those smaller but equally crucial repairs around your home, tightening that loose stair tread, filling in floor cracks, and enhancing lighting in dimly lit areas prone to tripping. A well-lit home with secure steps and smooth flooring is more than a place to live. It's a sanctuary where you can confidently move about, knowing that you've taken every possible precaution to guard against accidents. Each improvement you make not only reduces risks but also strengthens your independence, allowing you to feel empowered in your home. Remember, each safety measure you install is a quiet act of self-care, ensuring that your home remains the secure haven it's meant to be. As we wrap up, take a moment to reflect on everything we've discussed about creating a safer, more secure home environment. What stands out to you the most? What's one key takeaway that you feel inspired to put into action in your own life? Share your thoughts with us in the comments below. We'd love to hear about the steps you're planning to take to make your home a safer haven. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please let us know by leaving a comment. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel to stay connected and continue receiving valuable insights. Thank you for watching, and take care of your safety.